Welcome to the Spellbinders March 2026 Stitching Die of the Month Club called Everyday MVP. This month's stitching die set creates a cap that can be customized by a number of different labels. The outline for the main part of the cap cuts out the background and used with the stitching details to cut out a stitchable piece. The same type of outline and stitching detail dies create the brim. There are 5 different stitchable labels and one outline for the label background. There are small accessory dies for the cap as well. Let's use this stitching die to create a card. Start by stitching the label. These are small back stitches that go around the outside of the entire label. Once the stitching is completed, hold the threads in place with Spellbinders Best Ever craft tape and use detail scissors to trim the ends. Add liquid adhesive behind the label and adhere it down to the background label without the stitching details. Hold the 2 pieces in place until the adhesive dries. Next, begin to stitch the brim of the hat. There are 3 lines of stitching holes. Again, these are all small back stitches. Consider using a thread color that contrasts with the chosen cardstock color. Once all the stitching is completed, flip the brim over and hold the ends of the threads in place with Spellbinders Best Ever craft tape and use the detail scissors to trim the ends. Like before, add liquid adhesive to the back of the stitched brim and then adhere it down to the brim die cut without the stitching details. These unstitched backgrounds will help adhere the piece to the final project more easily than trying to adhere the stitch-backed pieces. Again, hold the pieces together until they are dry. The main part of the cap has the most amount of stitches, but again, they are very simple, small stitches. Once all the stitches are done, hold the threads in place with the Best Ever craft tape and trim the ends. Then again, add liquid adhesive and adhere the stitched piece down to the unstitched piece. Once all the pieces have dried and are completely adhered together, it's time to assemble the cap. There's an embossed line on the brim of the hat. This line shows you exactly how to line up the main part of the cap to the brim. Add a thin line of liquid adhesive next to that embossed line and place the cap on top. Place a little bit of adhesive on the top of the cap and adhere the die cut button. Add bits of adhesive around the small holes at the top of the cap and add the tiny rings around those holes. An embellishment tool makes it easy to pick up these tiny bits of cardstock and add them to the cap. There's one more small die cut that acts as the underside curve of the brim. This piece also has an embossed line. Again, add liquid adhesive above the line and use it to line up onto the brim. Add some adhesive behind the label and add that to the cap as well. The completed stitched cap looks great, but don't forget that you can always use the stitching dies without stitching. Using coordinating colors of cardstock with the pierced die cuts looks great too. Place foam squares behind the stitched cap and place it on a background made with a Cosmic Sky cardstock cut with hexagem dies on top of an A2 piece of poppy cardstock. Add a sentiment strip from this month's stamp and die set that has been stamped and die cut out. Add it with a micro foam strip to pop it up. Thank you for choosing Spellbinders Club Kits. Happy crafting!